Hey brother, Stuart Matola, men's relationship coach here. Hope you're having a kick-ass day. I'm here in the forest in northern Spain, a place I've been wanting to get back to for a long time, just outside of Vigo. And, I want to talk to you today about when you want to get back to that sweet spot with your wife in your marriage, and you're just like, you don't know how to do it. And you've been trying different strategies and even unconsciously and unaware of how you've been shooting yourself in the foot. And I'm going to talk to you in this video about one of those ways that happens often. I'm going to talk to you about a client of mine for confidentiality reasons. I'm going to call him Robert, and how he was doing this one thing. And I'm going to give you a tool on how to stop doing that one thing. I'm going to try to walk here as I'm talking because I'm heading to the beach right now. And so the one thing that he was doing was he was doing the classic fixing. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen the nail in the head video. If you haven't, Google it. It's pretty hilarious. But it talks about this dynamic that happens, which is a way that a guy shoots himself in the foot so that he is actually obstructing his ability to get back to that sweet spot with his wife. And simply, it is fixing. So he's hearing her problems, and Robert did this time and time again. And during our work over the course of several months, really helped him get a handle on this. And so his wife would download problems, emotions, challenges with work, challenges with the kids who weren't listening to her. And he kind of saw it was obvious. Like, yeah, of course they're not going to listen to you. You're all worked up. You're coming at them with a charge. They don't feel like, they're heard. They don't feel like they're seen. And the funny thing is, he's not hearing or seeing his wife, but he's just trying to fix things. So in Robert's case, he would just try to give her solutions. And he had this inner circuitry on the emotional level and in the sense of his nervous system that was like, calm the F down, lady. And his fix was basically trying to, remove the emotion that she had there. Now, I can understand the reason for that and why a guy wants to remove that charge, but how he goes about it is a different thing. And what happened with Robert is he was in something I call the emotional circuitry interrupt, meaning she was trying to penetrate his emotional bypass because his emotional circuitry was basically checked out. And so a checked out dude essentially, I think I'm a little lost here, let me go back, essentially tries to shut down emotion. And so the emotional circuitry interrupt for him was that he was shutting down his own emotion because she'd get triggered and, it would upset him instead of just acknowledging within himself that it made him sad, it made him fearful, it made him feel like he couldn't be enough for her. He would feel those emotions, but he'd have no idea that he wasn't actually acknowledging them. So he was jacked up, going into fixer mode. And so ask yourself, do you get jacked up? Do you go into fixer mode with your wife? Because if you do, like Robert, you're unable in that moment to have space within yourself to accommodate, to hear, to be present to the emotions of your wife. And it's really that simple, because if you can't be present to her emotions, she just feels like she's this problem to be fixed. And she doesn't want to be fixed. She wants to be, held, accompanied on this journey of life, and to feel like you're a partner and a friend to her instead of just this problem to be fixed. So what Robert did real simply was a few steps here. He would take a pause. He would get present to what was going on in him in that moment when he was jacked up. He would start to get connected to his emotions, fear, anxiety, and all these things that kept coming at him. Like the fear that he was going to be with an emotionally hysterical woman the rest of his life. But what he started to understand as he got connected to what was going on for him was that she was just playing off of him and he was playing off of her. So they were like this Tasmanian devil together, creating this really challenging dynamic. And so as he became more calm, steady within himself, he was able to be essentially like a column of strength and calm for her. And it created a dynamic where he no longer felt the need to fix her, okay? Where he could be present with her. So again, those steps simply put, where he could get calm, he could get present, he could pause, he could notice what was happening within himself. And as he became more aware of his own emotions, it increased his empathy for her and what she was going through. And he could just say, baby, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. Kids are doing their thing as kids. And let's just be there for them. And what she was experiencing as challenging behavior from the kids soon became empathy for the kids. Just like Robert, was feeling empathy for his wife. Now, suddenly, she had more bandwidth to experience empathy for her kids. They were teenagers. And that's a tough age for many parents. So I hope this was helpful. Again, are you aware of your emotions in a tough dynamic with your wife or partner? And if you're not, as a dude, because a lot of times as dudes, we don't give ourselves access to that, to our emotions, to our fears, to our sadness. In Robert's case, it was the fear of like, oh my God, am I going to be with a crazy woman the rest of my life? I love her. I want to be with her. She's my wife. I'm committed. I don't want my marriage to fail. And like I said, within several months, he started turning around this dynamic. And he noticed as he, stayed focused on himself, it enlarged his bandwidth for his wife and to be there for her. And what do you know? It enlarged her bandwidth to be there for him. So it was great to see him make that turnaround with our work together. So I want to encourage you to use that tool yourself. Just notice, when are you getting jacked up and just reacting to what you perceive as her being jacked up? And is that really helping the situation? And how can you pause, go within, see what's going on for you, and change that dynamic so that you can be that force of strength and calm that is ultimately going to help her, go into calmness and strength as well. So I'm going to leave a link below where we're doing precisely this work. Here I am at the beach, super cool. And check it out, Men's Relationship School. It's a new format that I'm just launching, built on the Men's Relationship Tools Call, which I've been running for the last year and a half. If you're not a group guy and you just want to contact me one-on-one, I'll leave a link below as well. And if you dug this, please like or follow me on this platform. Or if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the lower right below. And thanks so much for checking this out. Have a kick-ass day. Bye.